me see, because it looked like it was boring for people. Let me see. Hold on, hold on. Sit right here. I think that's too far. Plus, it'll be awkward for me watching it from this angle. And I need better light, of course. So I'm gonna do that. Don't worry. I think this light might be redundant. Let me see. Yeah, that looks better, right? Go like this. Then I'm from here, maybe here. Mm, Um, and I can readjust this. But yeah, I think that light is redundant. Especially I got sunlight coming from here, and that's not going down anytime soon. It's going down. It's- it's not- I'm joking, but all right, let me adjust this so I can get all my messages. And I need to square this away on my desktop as well. Okay, and I'm going to start the video. Um, yeah, hold up, folks. Get this damn headphone out the way because I can never see the angle on my fucking thing. Pause.
It's political season for people wanting to become U.S. senators in the United States
Right.
of America.
I like
There's
this.
one candidate that is getting a lot of attention. The Democratic nominee in the state of Michigan by the name of Dr. Abdul El Sayed. Right now, he's running for the Michigan State Senate against Republican candidate Mike Rogers.
How's that?
And let's be honest, he is beating
Cool.
his ass.
Yeah.
But this is very ironic since Mr. El Sayed is a part of the Arab population in Michigan. Now, they're only 2.1 to 2.2% of the entire population. And on the other hand, the Black American population is almost at 14%. It could even be higher if you consider those of mixed race. And of course, in order for him to win the race, he can't win it off the Arab community alone. He needs white voters and he needs black voters. But nobody votes for free, at least in theory. If somebody is going to vote for you, they're going to want something in return. And that is why at a press conference, he was asked a very specific question regarding the black community.
The guy saying year to year, we don't care about black folks. You know, I hate to say this, but I continue to hear it from older black folks and people like this. Sometimes says, I'm excited, they're unfitted for you.
Now, the question is clear here. Mr. Saeed, how do you feel about the black community? After all, they are voting for you. They are also Democrats in the state of Michigan. Do you like them? And what do you, in so many words, what do you plan on doing for them and their issues?
Nothing.
And he replies with this.
Nothing.
There's been an effort, I think, to fight people against each other. And unfortunately, you see that, the consequence of that.
I would never vote for him.
Some
if I
group
lived
or
in
another group have to be counterposed
in that
because there's not
district.
enough for all of us. I am Arab. I'm also African. My family immigrated to this country from Egypt. I'm proud of my African heritage.
Yeah, I dated an Egyptian. She wasn't black, and she
There are so many
said that her family got quite upset with people who
us. The
called
second
them
thing
black.
he does is talk about the fact that he is Egyptian and he is proud of his African heritage. That's an interesting comeback because that's not really answering the question. Do you like black people? Do you dislike them or not? And you're saying, well, I'm proud of my African heritage. Doesn't mean much because you can be proud of your African heritage and still dislike black people. I mean, we have diaspora wars all the time, and people can be Nigerian or Ghanaian and hate foundational black Americans or vice versa. So that doesn't mean anything. And another point to that is that a lot of foundational black Americans right now do not really want to be associated with Africa, so that's not really saying anything about Black
Exactly.
American issues. But we also got to understand what the context is and why he's saying it. He's trying to do what a lot of folks call in the Pan African world flat blackness. In other words, you're African, you come from Africa, I'm African. When the real sense is you do come from North Africa, but Black Americans would originate from West
Sub-Saharan
Africa.
Africa.
And these two parts of Africa are not the same. And furthermore, how you identify as being African is one thing. Like look at me, for example. I'm O'Shea. I'm Black American first. That's a part of my identity, if you want to call me. African American, hashtag APOS, Negro. Those are names that can be suitable for this particular video. But I'm also inclusive of the African diaspora. And many Black people would agree with my assessment. Even if you say you're foundational Black American, or if you're saying you're Pan African, you would still associate that you do come from Africa.
I'm seeing how this works.
People
So.
such as Jamaicans or Haitians or Nigerians have some similarity to your group, and you would not discriminate against them simply because of their features, because many of us look very similar to each other. We will all identify as being Black or being Black first. That's how
Now I
most
gotta check
Black people look
myself
at it.
from a
And
different angle,
Abdul
looking at the
El-Sayed
desktop. See,
understands this.
doesn't
He
look
understands
awkward
how Black
from
people
this
understand
angle.
racial construction, and that's what he's trying to do. He's leveraging his connection to Africa as you would leverage your Blackness to the African genealogy or your forefathers coming from there, and he's trying to insinuate that he's a part of the same struggle that you're a part of. This is what flat blackness does. But unfortunately,
He's not Black.
Abdul El-Sayed could consider himself African, but
He's
that's
African,
not
but he's
the
not Black.
priority in which he looks at it.
He's not Black
Number
African.
one, he would be
He's
Muslim.
Arab
He
African.
has a name literally Abdul El-Sayed.
Down.
He's definitely not a Baptist. Got him! Now, after being Muslim first, his national identity is Egyptian. That's what he is. He's Egyptian after being Muslim. Then the language he speaks is Arabic. And then, if anything, African is at the lowest priority. But for somebody such as myself or other people from the Black world, being Black or being Pan-African, however you look at it, is going to be the first priority. This, in my actual opinion, is problematic because you're not addressing the cause and acting as if we have a lot together in common, which we don't.
He's right, you know.
The other issue is the relationship
And this
that
whole
Blacks and
Muslim
Arabs have
socialist
in
thing
Wayne
is
County,
wild.
Michigan, which is the same county in which we see
That was like
cities
that's
like
like two
Detroit
no
or
goes for me.
Dearborn
Muslim
Heights,
and
where you
socialists.
have a large
I
Arab
wouldn't vote for
population
either.
there. In Wayne County, you have between 7.5 to 9.5% of Arab, and that's a lot of people.
Beta test Domino's new app, and you'll get paid $5 towards next week's order.
Let me see some. What is this
So
button?
you've got an interview,
Press
and you want
this.
to put your best foot forward. With tips and guidance based on your
Yes.
profile, Indeed can help you take that next
Boom.
step. Complete your Indeed profile and help jobs find you.
Okay.
For skin that feels like
Yay.
construction paper, get results.
I don't know what that
with
did.
hard-working body lotion.
Did that do something?
This car isn't finished. Until now. Because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel.
Let's see.
I owe them a big thank you. They made my life 100% better than it was. The centers you gave me the help I needed, and that's what made me happy. What a good service that they have.
People from the Arab community. That's almost 1 in 10. And the relationship between Blacks and Arabs in Wayne County, Michigan, has not been always the best. And most of these people are business owners. They own gas stations and stores and things like that. And remember, he said that when you ask about him not liking Blacks, this is divisive. But it's ironic because Black Americans in Detroit accuse these same Arabs of being divisive themselves. And the first accusation that many Black Americans have is this particular middleman minority economic complex. What does that mean?
See that.
Well, you get these Arab business owners that own independent grocery stores, party stores, and gas stations in predominantly black neighborhoods, and the black community is always supporting these stores. They benefit from black dollars, but instead of reinvesting in those communities, they set their stores up in Detroit and they take that money back to Dearborn Heights or Dearborn, wherever they're from, and then they keep the money, which means that that is being divisive. And whether he wants to admit it or not, that's exactly what's happening. Also, when it comes to hiring disparities, there are some of these neighborhoods that are exclusively black, but when these Arab-owned stores come in there, they're not giving black people an opportunity to get a job there. Again, that is basically exploitation in the black community. Another thing that black people always complain about is the cultural disrespect or the bias behind the glass. Most of us know this with Asian-owned stores, and Arab stores are no different. Black patrons complain about hostile treatment, being followed around, price gouging, the quality of the products not being good, being old, being expired, a lack of fresh produce in these food desert neighborhoods. But then there's also the issue of safety incidents and fatal disputes.
McNary's family is filing a $100 million lawsuit against ExxonMobil after police say Mawad Mohammed Al-Ghayyam, a gas station employee, shot and killed a 24-year-old in a dispute over beef jerky last month.
Jesus Christ. Beef jerky,
was
though?
unarmed.
This was a big case that happened
Beef
in
jerky?
June 2023 when
Beef
Anthony
jerky,
McNary
really?
was killed over a piece of beef jerky
The
by
fuck?
Moed Mohammed Al-Ghayyam, another gas station-owned store
Put down the
in
jerky.
the city of
Now,
Detroit. And not only
put
that,
down the
we
jerky.
want to know if the policies
Right,
of
send you
Mr.
to
Abdul
Allah.
Syed are in lock-in step
Blessed be his
with
name.
the foundation of Black
Exactly.
American community.
Exactly.
ICE has nothing to do with immigration. ICE has nothing to do with the southern border.
Yes, it does.
ICE is about normalizing paramilitary force on our streets. ICE is about weaponizing the idea of immigration against the Constitution itself.
And go back home, bitch.
ICE cannot be reformed. ICE cannot be retrained. ICE has to be abolished.
And go back to
Problem with
Egypt,
abolishing
motherfucker.
ICE is that you're going to have more immigrants in the black community in sanctuary cities like
Go back to
Chicago,
Egypt.
New York. What's going to happen is
Go
that
back to
these
Egypt.
immigrants are going to be using the funding that is needed for the black American community to survive and develop, while the immigrants are taking those resources and contributing nothing back. This is what so many people were complaining about in Black Chicago.
But the South Side has been under-resourced, underfunded for years, for decades. We have
Grab my
schools
water.
that need to be reopened. We have buildings that are abandoned that need to be business operated.
In 2022, Mayor Lori Lightfoot came out with the Invest in Southwest initiative, and that was supposed to be a $2.2 billion project to reinvest in dilapidated infrastructure to bring back the city. But that never happened because when the migrant crisis came, they needed that money to help the migrants out. And this is the problem with getting rid of ICE. And what's the other issue?
Abdul Saeed, the Michigan candidate, he just got endorsed by Kamala Harris, but
This is a guy that is endorsed by Kamala Harris. And if you're endorsed by Kamala Harris,
That's the reason
what does
it's-
that mean?
That's the reason. That's the
Usually
reason
that
it's up not
means
to.
that you're against reparations, just like she is. You're for immigration.
Yeah, because
you're
she's not
against
black.
reparations
she's a.
because
She's
you're
a
for your
tether.
group and not
Kamala
for
is a
everybody else.
tether.
So once you want to get into office, you
She
can
is
say,
a tether.
I'm also African. I'm also black. This is the same thing that you saw Mayor Zoran Mamdani do in 2009 when he tried to get into Colombia. He selected the African American on the application box, trying to improve his chances to get into Colombia. But unfortunately, he failed miserably. And again, these people typically change their tune once they get into office and get what they want. And now these plays are starting to come out to light, and a lot of foundational Black Americans are understanding it for what it is. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy S.J.D. Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.
Shall we look at some more stuff?
Unexpected home repairs are never easy.
All right, what else we got going? Oh yeah, I wanted to check this out.
Nitro Candy. Nitro Candy. Supposed to happen, bro.
What's up, Carlton? I'm trying to work this a little bit differently, where you can see what I'm watching instead of just hearing it. Maybe that'll get some better engagement.
Abused him into fame. This little boy was on stream. He got excited because somebody gave him.
But I'm talking, so I guess that counts as reacting to it.
And this is what happened afterwards.
I'll see if this. I'll see after I post. After I post this live stream, how it's treated by the YouTube gods. It's crazy. She did this to him while he's live streaming.
Out of my room, my house, everything. It's all mine. Get out. Get out. Get out.
I almost had an incident like this, but either I was not live streaming or I cut the feed before before people could hear the incident. Oh, you did see this?
Great, but I'm letting you know because you're getting out at 6 o'clock tomorrow. When I wake up, you get your ass up and you're getting out. You're not gonna keep totally disrespecting me. I told you to lay down.
I nobody want to see her Kenko's all. Why is she in his? I mean, she's laid up in his bedroom. Like, that's crazy. Making him, if you want him to get out, that's cool. But you sitting there laying up in his room while he's streaming is crazy. Bro.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. She in bed. Okay, you don't have to keep baby.
I mean, he's 18.
Baby is once I look you pack your shit, you leave it anymore. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Crazy work.
No, lay down. Lay down. All I said was, you're not going to keep letting me disrespecting me and think you stayed in this house. What did she even do? Bring absolutely no value to this house. You barely clean up this room. You only pick up the trash when I say that it needs to be taken out. You don't do anything. Literally not. So lay down. Still like,
well, that's the problem with live. Those dudes that try to do those live streams all day long, like they sit there and don't do anything but play video games, and they can look crazy.
Listen, 18th birthday was on the way. You didn't. If the rule is to get off at 10, you get off at 10. And you don't. Every fucking night. Say, no, that's not you.
The police. I don't know, man. Let me get my glasses.
Give this guy a career.
I mean, they may have already seen this video.
I don't care what's in your twisted mind because it's not.
I mean,
it goes off of what I say.
he's 18, so it's not like he's a minor. She can put him out. It's not going to get. I mean, CPS is not going to get involved, right?
Wow. So I took some notes as y'all can see.
I don't know.
I told you to lay down. He's 18.
Right.
And you making him lay down? You see, some of you helpers do not deserve children. You have a child, and now your whole desire is to make this child obey you, or he must suffer. You're miserable with your life, and you want your son to be miserable too.
Yeah, my father.
And it's not just because he's a boy. Daughters experience this from these moms too.
Your ass down. Lay down.
Both my parents are.
Y'all are for sure the worst. You know what? I am lying through my teeth. The worst.
Yeah, the worst is still this bitch.
Are these liberal moms who have come out in support of Lindsay Clancy? I take that back fully. But let's get back to this helper. She said he has to leave in the morning now. He has to get out because she wanted to see him suffer. Now, had she known what was going on that screen, knowing the support that was going to be coming, she wouldn't have put him out. She only put him out because she thought he was going to be on the street, homeless, begging, or have to come crawling back to her. Because obviously ain't no father around.
Obviously.
You got pregnant by a bum.
Obviously.
Because he didn't even say, I'm going to go to my dad's house. Ain't no daddy around. Because that's what you bum-ass evil broads do. You get pregnant by a piece of shit, and then you take it out on the kids.
He's getting a
like
life.
it wasn't your fault. What else she say? You bring no value to this house. He is an 18-year-old kid. You sound like the type of broad who wants her kids to start paying rent when they turn 18.
She probably is.
It's a terrible, terrible.
She probably is.
And the best part, she said, you're like, he's 18, mind you. Got me stuttering. She said, you're like a 4-year-old virgin sitting up in his mom's basement playing video games.
Her actions made her
He's
son
18,
famous
child.
now. I hope he gets some money.
You're
and leave.
intentionally.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his
just trying to
live
be
stream
mean
is
as
going to
hell
blow up. I hope it
for
does.
no reason. I know what the reason is. You're a miserable helper. And you hate your life. You know, I don't talk about my mom.
I hope
a
this
lot
live stream
because if I
does
talk
blow
about
up.
my mom on
Because
the
most
internet,
live
I would
streamers
really have to
don't
read her rights.
aren't
And truth be told,
successful.
the
No,
Bible says you're supposed to honor your mother and father.
but
My
he
mother's
went viral,
whole life,
not in a good way, but
there's two
leveraged
things
to
about
move
my
out
dad that I
and
can't
get his
shake.
own
When
place.
I got my teeth knocked out with a gun by my stepfather, who I had never so much as raised a voice to. She came outside and saw my bleeding mouth and told me that I should just go. And the second thing that she did that I can't shake, a few years before y'all got to know me, I went to the casino and I won like $8,000. I sent her a stack just off GP. I sent her $1,000 just because I knew she would need it. She lives in Texas, mind you. Later on that year, when she came to the city to see my toxic ass little sister, she didn't even tell me she was in town. I found out through my little brother. Yep. I found out through my little brother. Wow. And let me tell you something. I didn't start hating my mom because of that. But that was the day that I realized that I really don't mean shit to my mom.
You're not going to keep letting me disrespect me and think you say that what she even do.
I'm sorry that happened to that little boy. But
All this shit that's happening to you, supposed to happen, bro. Hey, good shit, bro.
There you go.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah.
I think, what's that guy's name? DDG or something like that? I know he's big. Pause. I know he's popular, so he's already on his way. If I ever want to make it, I have to get into those circles.
What's up, bro? How many subs you at? Bro, I have no clue. I'm at 50,000 followers now, bro.
Damn, 50,000.
That's crazy, bro. That is fucking nuts. It's genuinely beautiful, like what the internet can do when it comes together. Oh God. Thanks, bro. Okay, so I'm trying to do something right now. I'll let you know if it's possible because it is last minute and we're only a couple hours away. But I'm seeing if I can sneak you in my brand deal today. It's literally we're just reacting to something for an hour. That's all we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, 50,000 subs
If they let us, then I'll just split that money with you.
That's money right
just
there.
Forward that to you today and they'll pay me whenever they get around to it. If not, I have
and this man already saying he's trying to get him into his brand deal.
That's like after I come back from Amazon, and then we can just do that then. But like they're pretty low lift. Like we dead ass are just like, you know, it's just simple.
Yeah, thank you so, bro. This is like insane. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you, bro. Thank you to everybody.
Fuck all the bullshit, fuck all the people being like, oh, let's do a stream or whatever. The only person bigger than people is God. Trust in him. Trust in his shit. Follow him. Pray to him. Thank him. You know what I'm saying? You are one in a million. You know what I'm saying? Trust in him. Don't let this be a moment. You know what I'm saying, bro?
He's saying take advantage of it.
Be a moment you forget about you in a month. Thrive off this.
Hell yeah.
I seen clips and stuff like that. You've been funny, you've been doing things. You stayed at his house, right?
No. It's a friend of ours. It's other
Oh, so he did. So he did have to leave the house.
You are 1 in a million chance. Create something.
She did put him out.
Don't let this stop by. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. God bless, bro.
Yo,
Your boy that came all the way up in a week.
can you see that?
And truth
I'm
be
trying.
told,
I
I'm
deliberately
happier for
am
him.
making it kind of
Because when people blow up on the
muddy
internet for one
because I
wrong
don't
thing,
want the copyright stuff and
it
all
just
that. But
proves to me that I was completely blackballed.
you know,
'Cause I've gone viral for
That-
several things. I had a
that's
song
why
and dance,
I'm
a
not.
whole movement.
I'm intentionally
Hell,
not
even
making
now,
it look
people
as
are
clear
talking
as
about single
possible.
moms in a way they never would be
But it's not
because of
like
me. And
35 years ago when you trying to sneak and
I
watch
was
the
just
Spice Channel
not allowed
and it's
to
all
enjoy
snow
clips
on
of
the
my
screen.
label.
He's like, I can kind of see a
So-
titty. So.
And it was the black men who did it to me. It was the men. It wasn't even the women because the women were having a great time at first. What happened was men started bullying women with my videos and my song instead of just letting them laugh. And B, you see how the clips I showed you had nothing but black men who were up there showing love to bro? They only wanted to do that with me in private, in my inbox.
Pause.
Whenever I would ask for a little assistance, it was crickets.
Yep. He about to be better off
Y'all give
at
this
18 than
boy
than
everything
some of us are at
I
30.
get.
So good for him. Good for him. I'm gonna watch another O'Shea video because I love my little Dusty O'Shea videos.
Don't bug your boss on vacation. You've got Gemini Enterprise, the template, the research, agents.
The other day, I happened to be on Live Bites. And what Live Bites does is picks all of the clips from celebrities.
Then
and
I'm gonna
just
watch this
posts
thing
it so you
about
can
ABBA
just rewatch it. And I came
afterwards.
across
Bob
a
Poor
particular
Man
rapper
podcast.
called Dream Doll. Many of you guys may know.
But he
who
calls himself
she
Poor
is
Man
and
podcast.
some of her
That man,
songs and
he
everything like
said
that.
himself he's anything
Dream
from
Doll,
poor
who is
now.
I
The
believe,
dude travels to
34 years
Kenya
old,
yearly.
had a baby in March 2025, and the child is about 18 months old. And while Dream Doll has not publicly named the child's father, she has been criticized for being a single mom. And so she has finally clapped back at that online by saying this.
There's nothing wrong with being a single mom, and nobody's gonna bash me or shame me for claiming that I'm a single mom.
Is it
Every
good
time I
old
say that I'm a
shit?
single mom, I feel like people try to say that I'm proud to be a single mom. Yes, because I'm gonna say what the hell she's like. I'm not. There's nothing wrong with being a single mom, and nobody's gonna bash me or shame me for claiming that I'm a single mom. Like,
Yeah, they
I'm
will.
gonna take all the credit because I did everything.
Yeah,
You know
we
what
will.
I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna say that loud, proud, strong. You feel me? I got me and I got my daughter, but ladies, moms, like the most important thing that got me through like postpartum was learning how to like self-care again, because you spend so much time pouring into motherhood, pouring into
Carlton,
especially
what do you think?
moms.
Is
Like,
this a
they're
better
doing
layout
everything for a
than
first time. And
before?
I feel like
You think
even
this is a
with,
good
like,
layout? I'll
no
do
matter
this
how
some
much
more
help
if
you
they
get,
don't
it's like
copyright me for showing the
the
videos
panic
like they
mode,
did
the
last
anxiety,
time.
not knowing if you're doing it right
Like
because you didn't introduce
if they
to
won't
it. Like,
if they don't copyright me, I'll keep
These
doing it this
comments,
way.
right?
If people if
And
if
all these girls were
if
saying
folks
things
think
like, baby,
it
the
looks
best
decent.
years went from making 30K in 2007 to well over 6 figures in 2026. Raised my kids as a single mom, and they are 15 and 18. Then we have this person here, being a single mother may not have been the goal, but it is an honor to be responsible of a precious soul. This person says, I make 6 figures and own a home as a single mom.
That still doesn't replace
So
him.
the
That
majority
still
of the
doesn't
comments
replace her
that
father.
I saw in support of
I
single
know
moms
that
was basically
talking about
pointing out
oh, I
to the
make
fact
6
that,
figures.
oh,
First of
well,
all, most women
I
don't.
make this amount
First of all,
money,
most
or
single
I
moms don't
have
make
a
6
home,
figures.
and
That's number
as a
one.
single mom,
Number two, 6 figures
that's
isn't
what is
replacing having
providing
a
me.
dad.
And I thought that was pretty interesting because I obviously you can be successful, as a single mom. That isn't always.
And then I'm hoping
defined.
because it
But
looks
if
a
you
little
look at somebody
muddy,
like Dream Doll,
that
you're in the
I have the
industry,
light kind
you're
of
a rapper, you have a level
I have the
of
light kind
resources.
of
When you
casting
work in the industry, when you do have money, you do got cash,
a blur
that
on it.
you can get help. Okay?
That
But
that
the
may
question
make it
is,
work.
what about the women who
But it's better
are
than just
single moms
hearing it
and they don't have that
while I'm
support?
watching,
They don't
while
have
I'm
that
just
help.
on
And
the
the next
on
lady
a
that I'm
live
going
stream.
to play for you is a sister. She's out in Philadelphia. This is a sister
So like
who has
I like this way as long as
4
YouTube doesn't
kids.
trip.
don't know if
I
she's
know, right?
married or divorced, but 4
I
kids.
guess it's up to the
And listen
it's
to what
up
she
to the
said.
gods of the
But I
YouTube
think
algorithm. We'll see.
Why is this so, why is this when you are a single parent, when you are a mother that decides work doesn't get put over your children?
Because family wasn't set up
Work,
because
money,
society wasn't set up for single
the
parents.
materialistic life does not get put over
Because
the
society wasn't set
well-being
up
of
for
your
single
children.
parents.
Right? But
Society was
why
not set up for single moms.
get an opportunity when you
I don't care if you're making 8 figures. It's not
to rise?
like
Why cannot your own people, why cannot your own community, why can they not?
this used to be something that was.
Why can I not be the
That's like, come on, like
they
being
know
a
you need,
being a single mother used to be
that you
something
need this.
60 years ago that was
Why
hidden.
can they not just
Like
be
the
there?
mom,
One of the criticisms that I have of women
typically the
who
mom
are
would be sent
quote-unquote
somewhere else,
single moms
and
are
the
following.
kid would be
Number one,
raised by
looking through
the aunt or
worldview
uncle or
through
something,
your
or the
lens,
grandparents.
okay? And it's one thing to not be ashamed of being a single mom. I get that.
No,
I mean,
you
I
should be.
heavily get that and I understand
No,
it, right?
no, you
Because
shouldn't.
you are a single mother and it happened. But then when you go out there and say there is nothing wrong,
$3 pepper jack steak burrito. Now joining the Lux Value menu with 10 items, each just $3 or less.
Just
You
for
let them
mustache
hit it
and
raw.
beard. In just 5
And you're a
minutes, get a
single mom.
free sticker for when looking beard.
Embark on your own cover
Is it-
story on National Geographic
The algorithm
Journeys
may
with
not pick up the
Geofences.
visuals because the
Step
lighting
into
on
a
the TV is
legacy of
overexposed.
exploration. Fill your own pages
Right,
with the wonders of the world.
that's exactly what
Your
I'm
next
hoping. Like
chapter
I'm
starts
kind of,
here.
I'm hoping on that. Like I'm intentionally making it that way. Like I can, from my, from my perspective, I can see it fine. Or from anyone watching this, it looks like the light.
One of the benefits
It
of
looks like there's an
working
overexposure
that offer
with the light on
me
it.
as a world ostomy
So
nurse is the ability.
I'm hoping that works.
well, then if there's something wrong with
So
it,
so
why
I'll
don't
keep
single
doing it
moms
this
get
way.
married at the
Like I said,
same
we'll
rate
we'll
as women with
we'll
no
see
kids?
tomorrow when
Okay?
when
We already
it
know
gives me my
that
feedback
this is
on
the
the
case. Okay? We
on the
already
video
know that the
on the
number
live
of
stream.
kids you have, it also reduces your opportunities. So a woman with one child faces smaller drop-offs in marriage in comparison to women raising multiple children. Then you have this lady here who has 4 kids. She has 4 kids, and her complaint
Oh, that's why
is,
she tripping. She
why
got 4
aren't the people
goddamn kids.
in
You
my
ain't gonna
family
judge you.
helping me? Or where is the village, amongst my people? What's going on?
You got
And that
4
leads me to
damn
believe
kids.
that so many women say that, I'm making all this money, I'm doing extremely well, despite the fact of this, but it's not like they don't have help, okay? Some of these women may have families that support them. They may have a grandma, they may have aunts, they may have nieces and nephews. Some people just don't have that or don't have that relationship to begin with. And you're not looking at the fact that if you want to be married again or to have a man take you very seriously again, that it is going to be looked at as a problem for certain men. I'll tell you this, man. There was this lady. I actually
Oh gosh,
met
check
her,
out
and you
my
guys
tag
been,
product. It's
I had been
coffee.
going to this
I'm a
restaurant,
coffee buff.
I was
So
here.
that was like the
And
perfect
she was actually like
product
every Thursday
for me
night,
to-
something like that, she would be
to
singing.
market
And I'm talking
for me
about
to market
lady
because
is
I love
I'm
coffee.
talking about.
So
She got one
I'm
of the
gonna buy some
softest,
myself if I get a
when
chance.
she walked by
Once
the earth,
YouTube
I
pays
mean,
me.
she is working with a lot. Gonna be honest with you. And I have been seeing her for a minute, and then
You say, what is
conversations
the-
with her, and I'm just
Where's
telling
the
myself,
father?
man, this
Fathers
woman.
is
When
exactly
she gave me
right.
Instagram.
It's
Now, when
fa-
she gave me
I'm
that Instagram
almost-
handle, I'm gonna be honest. I happen to see it,
I'm almost certain there's more than one dad
what you
for those
guys
4
all know,
kids.
you got like a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old. Now, once I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. So I was already kind of losing, let me just say, serious interest. So then the next question was,
Oh, the dumbest people
what
always
happened?
are the most
All you
fertile.
heard was, he doesn't help, he's a deadbeat, he's this, he's that. So hold on a second, okay? So here you are complaining to me, about this dude who's a deadbeat that got you pregnant, and then
Wrap it up.
now you're looking to somebody like myself
Wrap it up.
come in and take care of that, but you already like lowered your score
Wrap it up.
because you got pregnant by a dude that you said is a bum. So how do
You
I
let him hit
feel
it, bro.
about trying to
Damn,
take care
you're
of a
single
lady
mom.
or be with a lady when you already told me that you got pregnant by a bum?
4 times.
And I think the rumor is with
4
Grandma
times. 4
that you
times.
had
4
a
times.
baby by a man that already was married and had 4 kids, although it's a rumor.
I mean, if it was one
And so
dad, he was
if
like,
you're a
draw
single
4.
mom and that's this predicament in which you got pregnant by, it matters more than you think. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with being a single mom. If you tell somebody, I got pregnant by a
He was
married
playing
dude,
Uno when they told
or
you
I
to
got
draw
pregnant
4.
by a dude who wasn't even with me. We didn't even have a relationship together. And I got
I need
pregnant
to get a
by
pack
him
of
and
Uno
had
cards,
the
by the way.
kid,
I need to bring
and you
that to the
sit there and
Philippines.
you tell somebody that,
I think my
that's
wife's
a
played
problem.
Uno.
I
I'm
don't
gonna ask her
give a
after
damn
the
what
stream
you
if
say.
she's ever played Uno.
Yes,
If not, I'm
it's a
gonna buy a
problem.
pack.
Because why? It shows that you're
I
not
haven't played
serious.
Uno in so
And
long.
even
That's
if
such
you
a
may
black
have made a
person,
mistake
black
in
family
the past,
game.
you have to be
I need a pack of Uno cards.
so good for a man to take you seriously. That means you can't really be asking me for money like that. You're gonna have to be so loving, so kind. You're gonna have to be every chick who don't have a kid. And that's like too much to ask for the normal lady because you can't even do that. Most women gotta take care of their kids. They need time to do that and to expect.
Only
that
one
they're
I would
gonna
even
put
consider
effort
that with
into
would be a
getting
rice
some
bunny.
dude. But most
If it ain't a
women
rice
feel
bunny,
like the man gotta come to the
there's
table with
no
something.
even
Doesn't
there's
make
no
sense.
consideration
and
from
I
me.
get that. I heavily
No
get that. But it
consideration.
does make a difference. And most of these ladies,
If you black,
it's very difficult for them
no
to
go.
get very,
White,
very, very
no go.
serious dudes unless they're kind of already in an environment
Latino,
where they can
no
meet
go.
these men in like the celebrity world or IG model world, and even that's hard. But most people become non-competitive. So it's a problem for some guys. And if you want a man in the future that want to understand that, and especially if that man is decent looking, he got money, you can't go around just saying stuff because you feel it's okay. You got to look at what the market is asking. And if you don't want to look at the market, that's fine. But you're going to have those problems. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy OCD Jackson back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
All right, I'm gonna watch this 4-man podcast with Avid Preach. I mean about Abba. And I mean I'm not trying to throw shade, but Abba, even before all this scandal broke out about Abba earlier this year, he's always seemed weird to me. This is why I never watched Avid Preach videos, because they always seemed a little, they always just seemed weird to me. Then it made sense when I found out like they're both like Canadian and they're immigrants. I'm like, oh, that's why they act so weird, because they're not American and they're not they're not black. Like they're black immigrants from Canada. So they're just weird.
Damn, Abba. And I already know it's Abba because anytime these types of stories come up, it's always Abba, the one that's involved.
Yep.
There's going to be someone probably a little bit more left-leaning that's going to be disappointed because Abba is a 40-year-old bachelor that has millions of dollars, by the way, that sleeps around, which shouldn't be a surprise to any woman, but she's going to be surprised by that. And then she's going to accuse him of some type of assault. I have to use euphemisms for YouTube's sake, but I'm assuming you guys can guess what type of assault she's going to accuse him of. And she's going to run to the internet instead of the police, of course, probably because it's more about attention than it is actual justice. And there's probably nothing that happened in the first place. Dang, Abba, you gotta put it away, brother.
Another white girl just dropped a video exposing
literally
and accusing him of a lie. This new girl dropped a 57-minute video documenting her quote-unquote experience dating a narcissistic YouTuber with 2 million subs.
Yeah, these girls get cheated on, and not even really cheated on because they were never in a relationship with the guy, and then they turn into Carl Jung. They start trying to diagnose you, call you a narcissist. Now she's going to explain to us the symptoms of narcissism.
Right.
The expert can never see the symptoms when it's happening to them.
These bitches always
Like,
trying to
how are
use
all of these
clinical
online
psychology
therapists
terms.
that are supposedly like experts in psychology getting manipulated by the guys that they're always
And all guys are
diagnosed
narcissists, even though narcissists make up like
What
1%
happened
of
is
the
you see the
population,
guy that was a multimillionaire in your DMs who just wanted to sleep
which
with you,
includes
your
both
pretty
men and
young
women.
lady. She has bars on her windows. She thought Avid was going to change her life. And because she didn't get that and she gave something up, she's disappointed. So now he's a narcissist. He's an abuse.
And that YouTuber is apparently Abba. Now, these accusations, as much of like the old accusations that we heard with other women who claimed that they dated Abba, it's been a while, but if you remember the last Abba allegations that we covered where a woman came out, she stated that she was Abba's ex-girlfriend, she got pregnant with Abba, his behavior towards her made her terminate the pregnancy, she felt unsafe, he was mean to her, among other things. You know, like the usual,
And she was lying.
breakup horror stories. This one has come with similar allegations and similar stories, but she has upped the ante. She is now accusing Abba of something that no man ever wants to hear included in the same sentence as his name. All right, now, this is where she lost a lot of people, to be honest. Like, she didn't start off too strong. She lost a lot of people by even putting this out there in the air.
Another one? Huh? He told me that this individual was someone that he only went on 2 dates with. This woman is somebody that he's known since 2021, who got pregnant, got an abortion, and he was meeting her while talking to me. He flew her out about a week and some change before he flew me out. He was telling me that he wasn't sleeping around, he wasn't talking to anyone, that we're exclusive.
Abba was
romantically,
getting
physically,
it
whatever.
in.
So far, nothing.
Abba, you dirty dog. You like the lots of hoes. Abba, one of them dudes that like the lots of hoes. Abba.
Lots of hoes.
He's a 40-year-old bachelor. What do you think he's doing? He's a 40-year-old multi-millionaire bachelor. What do you think he's doing? And this is the funniest part. Like, you have the Myrons who tell you exactly what it is, exactly what they expect, and exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
And because they're so honest, they make women feel safe physically. A little bit more on the aggressive side. They're okay to admit that. And they make women feel safe physically. That's one part of the game. It's just two different versions of the game. On the Abba side, you have the guys that go, oh, look at those mean guys. They call themselves alpha males. Like, they just, even if nobody's ever
Meanwhile, doing the exact same thing.
For them to have like a consistent narrative, so they have to label the thing to attack the thing. They'll go, look at those guys who call themselves alpha males who sleeping with all these girls and like trying to do like a moral grandstanding. And they make women feel safe emotionally by just agreeing with everything that the women say that they believe in.
Right.
So there's the guys that make women feel safe physically, and then there's the guys that make women feel safe emotionally. And these two guys are going at war, but really they're both doing the same thing. You hear what I'm saying? Game is always game. It's just two different parts to the game.
Game is game.
Make them feel safe physically or make them feel safe emotionally. Just boys being boys really is what it is.
She's describing as too unusual, a rich famous dude with a lot of clout, having multiple women. They don't know about each other. He's having his way with women. That can probably be described as two-timing. But it's nothing like too unusual. Now, it do sucks, to be honest.
This other guy himself in a pickle.
You know, to have somebody that you really
No,
like,
he put his pickle
and you feel like
in
you
something.
You don't know what's going on. Now, what's not unusual, though, is how she describes this experience. Now, she could
And
have
now
called Abba
he's
a
got to
cheater,
deal
a
with the
liar,
relish.
among other things, and she would probably be accurate.
Game is game.
But here's where, like, a lot of folks believe that she went a tad bit too far in her description of what took place with her and Abba.
He told me all of this and then flew out another woman, raw dogged her, put me at risk for STDs.
Raw
You think I'm not thinking about
dog.
that right now? I am. And this is how I found out about the crime.
Cream pie and it all up. Just shooting up the club.
Which, if you look it up, a lot of jurisdictions consider this a criminal act, but it depends on, the circumstances. I would say that sleeping around and possibly giving somebody an STD, that can fall under by fraud. I'm just gonna let that
I'm
float.
so sick of these hoes.
Right. You let him hit.
Tell these hoes you being a hoe, shut up.
Right. You're a hoe. You let him hit.
Gave your cooch away, thinking that
You
it
let
was
him
enough
lay
to
the
keep a
pipe.
man and to
Raw
keep him
dog.
with just you, And
Now you
because
try.
he ain't
Now
with
you
just
try to claim it's rape.
You making stuff up.
No,
bro.
he didn't.
I'm sick of all this. She just, bro, just think about how many leaps and bounds how many rings of fire she had to jump through to get to the conclusion of associating his name with the R word, which is really just her trying to use the fact that he's a celebrity against him. That's the reason she made this video. She's making this video because she's trying to go to the public to try to use his celebrity against him. That's all this is about.
Yep.
But just think about the hoops that she just completely, by the way, made up in her head. She said that he flew another girl in after she was gone. And that could equate to her getting the STD even though she's already gone. And she assumed that there was an STD. There's no confirmation that there is even that involved. And I got to be careful with I'm so sorry I have to use these euphemisms because YouTube is starting to crack down. YouTube, please hop off my Johnny. Hop off my get.
And yeah, this is real. Please. So women,
you're making my job hard because I can't just say what I
know.
Want to say.
This has happened to people.
Things I can't say as I'm trying to think of what I want to say. But what I'm
women will accuse a guy
the first hoop
of assault
was saying that
even though
was already gone,
it was consensual if they gave them an STD or STI, as we now call them.
And the third hoop was
they give you
if
a guy gives a girl an STI, even though it was consensual sex,
and then
later on they can come and try to say that it was they were forced, that it was assault. Guys you gotta watch out.
Gonna finally understand that all of this was about women who want to sleep with guys who have power, and if they regret it because they don't get what they want out of that, be it a relationship, be an opportunity, whatever they wanted to get out of that deal, they get resentful. And that's what all this is about. Them being able to leverage the public opinion, the court of public opinion, against guys that are powerful. That's what this whole thing is.
He said, well, he gave a woman an STI. I don't, she's insinuating it, but she's not proving it. Like, if he did, she could just pull out the medical. She could just pull out the medical report.
The sexual revolution wasn't for you, dummy. It's open season. They're hunting you if you are a man of any power, influence, or wealth.
I don't believe her.
The sexual
because
revolution
it's easy to show that you got an STD just by pulling out the medical report.
If you're sexually irresponsible, if you get a woman pregnant, you can't force.
But what I am saying is that, and I think Point Man Podcast is saying this as well, that a woman can use you giving them an STI
the state is going to make sure
as an excuse to accuse you of assault, even though it was consensual.
And if she decides that she regrets it afterwards, you're held responsible. If both of y'all are drinking, you're held responsible. The sexual revolution, this idea that it doesn't matter who you sleep with and everybody should be able to do whatever, blah, 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 that was for women, not men. If you're a man, you will always be held responsible for making irresponsible decisions.
Even the greatest ABBA hater, I don't even think they can co-sign this, man. And I'm not even disputing her other allegations. Maybe ABBA was a bad boyfriend, a bad spouse. Maybe ABBA did send threatening messages. Maybe he did harass you. Maybe ABBA, did make you feel uncomfortable when you get pregnant, and his, I guess, behavior towards you and attitude towards you made you have a miscarriage. Maybe all of that is true, but this is not great, okay? Now, she would admit that she had consensual relations with ABBA. She hooked up with him consensually on their first link up with no protection because he told her he wasn't dealing with other people. And because she made that poor decision of dealing with a man who was dealing with other people, she now believes that she was raped via fraud. Man, cut it out, bro. I don't know ABBA personally. I probably met ABBA.
Yeah, that's fit the definition of
about her body count, because that's something I heavily value. Is that me being
assault?
Is that the same thing? If I'm a man and I marry a woman and commit half of my resources to this woman and go under a covenant before God with this woman, and then a couple years later, I found out she was getting choo-chooed in college. Does that count as the same thing?
Once, like, at no jumper in passing. So this is not me offering up a defense for Apple. This is me just saying, hold on, bro. Accountability has to be a thing here. You married a man, you hooked up with him with no protection. you claim you did that, right, consensually because he told you that he wasn't dealing with other people. Yo, bro, take your L, right? You made a very bad decision by sleeping with somebody too fast.
Yeah, take that L like she took that
you
D.
are a victim because he was dealing with other people and didn't tell you. Man, I'm not hearing that, bro.
I don't appreciate somebody.
Matter of fact, it might have been an LD.
Putting my health at risk. An STD is just another layer on top of that. But as I said before, I trusted this individual. He said he's clean. I get myself tested. If anyone asks me for those tests,
Then you could have made him. You could have made him.
I was at the time when I was seeing this individual.
Bullshit.
We're two adults. We're honest with each other.
You could have made him go get checked before you had sex with him. A lot of women do that now on dating apps. They will make the guy get an STI check before they have unprotected sex with the person. That is on a lot of dating apps now.
Multiple accounts.
The women will be like, let's both get STI tests before we make this physical.
I mean, just forget about the fact that
She could have did that. She's just a stupid hoe trying to leverage this situation for money.
What do you think he's doing with the money? Just not doing nothing. He's just not doing nothing. He's just hanging out, making videos. That's it. Getting all this clout and fame and money just to make videos. That's how your brain works. That's what you think. The truth of the matter is, everybody want to play.
It was also his fault for fucking a bitch.
Everybody want to play the sleep around game, and they okay with playing with other people. They just don't like when they the one that end up getting played. Unfortunately for men, when we get played, when we lose, when we pay for dates, when we spend time or attention on a woman, and we don't get what we want, we just chalk it up to the game. We okay with our loss. But when women try to play the game and they start throwing that at a dude and he take it, but then don't give him the relationship or the opportunity or whatever they wanted out of the deal, all of a sudden you're a narcissist. All of a sudden there's a new definition for what the R word actually is. It used to be you had to physically be held down by a guy and taken advantage of. Now it's like financial. Look, there's a different explanation for what abuse is. Literally creating definitions just to try to associate any type of like behavior with the woman not getting what she wants with like the R word. Now if a woman wake up with regret, it was the R word. If a woman regrets something that she did 12 years ago, if she can prove that y'all were at the same party at any point, you're held accountable for that. So it's just like, bro, I don't want to.
He once bought me some KFC. KFC. If he bought me KFC, I didn't want KFC. I wanted Chick-fil-A. So that's great.
Videos on my dev YouTube channel. I've been able to consistently make over $11,000 and quit my IT job. It is not for the weak. New tab, as you can see right now, May is still going. I'm 7,000 up. So I highly recommend y'all get this course and y'all lock in.
This is the #1 reaction channel course in the world that I know of. Learn how to turn social media moments into real money. And if this is something that you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description down below.
I want to be honest with the woman you're dealing with. Don't lie to her. Don't deceive her. Don't manipulate her. Now,
not if you just want the cheats. You're definitely supposed to lie if you want the cheats.
Right.
That's the easiest way to get
What are you talking about? You're supposed to lie if you just want the cheats.
No, not saying you should do it. But
you kind of did say you should do it. You kind of did say that though.
I'll be the first one to tell you, bro.
You want the cheats, you should lie.
Men cheat. They fall short of that all the time.
Women do too, all the time.
Facts.
I dare say more sometimes.
Super facts.
However, as wrong as that is, that's not great under no circumstances at all. Now she continues and she explains why she's even making this video. It's because she's watching other women come online and expose ABBA for telling them, hey, I can't have babies, I have underlying health issues. So they allow ABBA to bust into them because they think ABBA can't have babies because he's telling them this. Then they get pregnant, and then the issues with ABBA begin from their perspective. So
it'd be different if ABBA said, "Hey, I'm on TRT and HGH and Trenbolone, so I'm pretty much sterile."
During our trip,
He
we
didn't
had
say that.
consensual intercourse.
So there's
I
no
did ask
reason you should
about
believe him.
condoms. He said he doesn't like them. They don't feel right, or they're just they're not for him.
The audio cut here, but I was just saying that this was a point of a lot of criticism of people online that were saying that why would you trust someone who you just met and not wear condoms? I do agree with that. Okay, I do. The only thing that I can say to this is that I trusted him. I trusted that he wasn't sleeping around, that he was being honest, and that he was a safe person. And
Another thing,
it turned out to be
Abba,
false. I
about
was
Abba.
wrong, and that's all I can say.
Don't fuck your
I've
fans.
spoken in the past about my issues with condom use. It's not something I'm proud of or whatever it is, but that's just the truth. It ain't pretty, but you know.
After the consensual intercourse, he suggested that I take the Ella pill,
These
which
are
is
Abbas.
basically like another Plan B pill. He took me to the pharmacy down the street from his place. He paid for it, and I immediately took it. But as we all know, the Plan B pill does not work if you've already ovulated. So after my trip, after I left, a couple weeks later, I find out that I'm pregnant. I think I told him a couple days after.
Here we go.
Dang, another child going to Maroc.
You let him hit it raw.
Because at that time,
You let him hit it
how
raw.
much he's having,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
difficulty
so, go on.
sleeping, he's having health issues, and I was like, this is probably not the time. This is probably not a good time to tell you this information because you might have an aneurysm. I eventually tell him, I show him the pregnancy test. I send him pictures of it because I feel like if you meet someone one time, right, and they tell you they're pregnant, you're going to want to have proof. You know, you want to be.
No, you might be pregnant, but that doesn't mean it's his. I'd be like, yeah, I need a DNA test.
Because you probably need to see it. He told me immediately that he didn't need to see it and that he believed me. Remember that whenever this fertility lie comes up again, okay? After I told him about the pregnancy, his words and his actions never really aligned. His words said one thing, but his actions said another. He would claim that he would support me, that he would be involved, that he would co-parent, but his actions to me after, like I said before, after the meetup, he would ignore my calls.
The evil
He would
laugh.
give me so many excuses as to why he cannot communicate with me. He would text every now and then, but it wasn't consistent.
How she would describe
He
this.
wants to act like he's got to take care of the kid, but also make you feel uncertain about it by being inconsistent. And then he's going to bring up the idea of,
He should date a woman that doesn't know.
I mean, look, it's legal, right? So, and this is kind of the world that everybody's agreed upon. So if we're going to live in this world, this is all fine. Morally, none of this is wrong, by the way. And yeah, I think that it's morally wrong, but society doesn't. So I'm outnumbered. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut up. And this is what I need y'all to understand. This is what you guys have to do. Anytime these situations happen, don't let the women that's trying to demonize the men use our morality to judge the men. Because we have to understand that we're playing the love game. When you're a regular person, you want a family, you want one other person to build that family with. We're playing a different game than the game they're playing.
Yep.
And when the women lose at the game that they're playing, they try to use our morality to get us to weaponize us against the guys that they're playing that game with.
Yep.
Look at Abba and look at her. The only thing that's filling that gap, if Abba ain't Abba, she's not messing with Abba. Let's be honest here. Let's keep it a bean. So what game were you actually playing? What made you interested in Abba? Was it the transactional game? Was it potentially the money?
Yes.
If she was operating in life with our morality that she's trying to now use to weaponize against Abba, she would have never been with Abba in the first place. Because if you're in the love game, that's not what you do. So let these people go play the game that they want to play. Because that's what they're doing. They're playing a totally different game than the game that we're playing. So when you're an outsider from that game looking into these situations, you got to be very careful and make sure that you're trying to distance your morality from the morality that they operate within the game that they're playing. Because when people don't get what they want in the game that they're playing, they try to look to the outside for us to judge the person in their favor. And it don't work that way.
Is Abba was telling her all the right things via text messages. However, his actions were showing different. So via text, he was telling her, hey, I'll step up. I'll be an active parent. Like, I'll co-parent with you. I'll be an active father. If you don't want to terminate it, you don't have to. Even though I would prefer you do, but if you don't terminate it, I'll still step up.
Yeah.
But then Abba would ignore her. He would go
prefer
for
you do.
days. He wouldn't respond promptly. The entire energy shifted once she found out that she was pregnant. Once he found out that she was pregnant, there's been some discourse online, which in this part I don't quite agree with as well. So here's the ABBA defenders and their response that I don't agree with. The argument for ABBA is, well, the baby wasn't here yet. He don't owe her his presence during her pregnancy. However, he does owe the baby his presence. So once the baby gets here, he would have been an active father, but she had a miscarriage, and he didn't.
No, I still need a DNA
in her
test.
life.
I'm not
don't
active
have any
until I get
kids.
the DNA test.
I don't have any kids. Okay, I don't think I've ever gotten a girl pregnant. Right. So if I did, I don't. They, they've never really presented that to me. Right. So I don't know. But what I would say is this, man. If she's carrying your child, I feel like it's your duty to go above and beyond to make sure she's at least comfortable. She's at least in a position. Now, I'm not saying like take care of her financially and pay her bills. I'm saying make sure that she's protected away from the harassment, the doxing, among other things, right? Make sure her mental is right, so your baby isn't harmed in the process.
He doesn't really want to be.
No, like Pearl.
He doesn't value.
Like
where
Pearl
they're
has
at.
recently
You-
said
you're
on
talking
a
from the
recent video,
perspective
"Fuck
of
them
somebody
kids."
who hears that somebody is pregnant and would be
Unless
happy
unless
about it
he's
and would
getting
wanna step up and wanna be
unless
a dad.
he's
If he
getting
doesn't want to be a dad, then he doesn't have
unless
to
he's
be a
gaining
dad.
custody, I
He
would
doesn't
take
have
no
to.
responsibility
He should,
whatsoever.
In my opinion, he definitely should, because that's what I do. But in this
Now,
world,
if he's trying to get
everybody
custody,
don't think in that context. There are some guys who, just like women don't want to be moms and they can get ABs, there are dudes who don't want to be dads.
Yep.
And since it's an option for women to choose to not want to be moms, then men should be able to choose if they don't want to be dads, right? Equality, right? Consistency.
Her having to deal with a bunch while pregnant with your kid. That's just me, though. I don't have any kids, okay? So maybe my opinion means nothing here. Now, she would say that not only did ABBA not protect her, but she would even allude that maybe ABBA may have been behind doxing campaigns that led to her having a miscarriage.
There's also a teeny tiny suspicion that the individual that I was dating was possibly behind exposing me. The times where I found out that people were posting my other social medias, like trying to dox me, he was sending it to me. He tried to accuse my cousin of sharing this information that we're seeing each other and whatnot. My social media is very small. The original account that I was on only had family and friends on there. There's other people that I suspect, but Abba is definitely on there because you didn't like that I was posting you. I don't know. I feel like it's a probability that he wanted to get his lick back a little bit because he did not like that. He told me that he didn't really like that, which is fine. I can understand that. So I apologized to him. I did apologize to him. I told him, okay, I'm not going to do that again. That can make somebody uncomfortable. So I deleted them and took it off. Those are the reasons why I kind of suspect that he may have been involved with exposing me. Come on, 16 followers. Who's going to share my information like that? Nobody. Video called Since You Asked, in which he continues to dox all of us, but he doxes my legal name and he doxes my
sound like a
child,
Facebook
city
account.
president, a 5-year-old little girl.
Oh, so this is a single mom. This is a woman that already has kids. Bro, the world, the world is. She has bars on her window. She looking for a retirement plan. I can tell you that.
A 5-year-old little girl. What was
World
the
is
need
crazy.
for doxing me? Like, what was the need to dox me? What was the need to do that? I think it was an intimidation tactic. He knew all of the stress that I went through with the stalking, the harassment, the online, all of it. And he knew that if he exposed where my kid lives and my legal name, maybe I would shut up. Maybe I would be quiet. Maybe I would stop posting things online. That's the only reason I can come up with for him to dox my legal name and dox where my kid lives.
It's
So
funny. I
think
just saw the
that's
title
issue.
in the
I
upper
also want to bring up the fact that he
left-hand
pursued a
corner. It
sex
says another white
so we know
woman
that he pursued a
exposes
sex
Alba in
worker and that
breach.
he wanted to have unprotected intimacy with that individual as well. That's just another layer to add on to the worry of STDs because this guy, he will pay for it and he doesn't want protection. That is a really big issue. You cannot trust this individual with anything, with your life, with your health, with your punani. You can't. Okay, you can't. You just can't. So
morally by agreeing with every retarded idea you have in your head. That's the only reason why you think that. He's a man, and he's just boys being boys. But I'm gonna say this for real. Jabba, look, you know, do you, bro? But be careful. Be very careful. They're gonna get you.
Yeah.
Everybody's just waiting for a believable story. They're coming for you. And you keep opening the door, playing with this. Well,
Yeah, they originally.
He's opening that door.
He's lucky. Well, he's lucky he's in Canada and not America. If he was in America already, he would have been canceled.
All they're waiting for is a believable story. Right now, you got the track record, brother. And even if these stories
So I
aren't
thought Abba
believable, even if
was-
you can make moral excuses or for your own freedom, your
Was
ability to walk away from
the
these situations
super
that kind of
to be the
protects
good
you.
guy.
There's
Nah,
gotta be a
he's been
track record
playing.
of different women
He's
coming
full
out
of shit.
saying bad
Anyone
things about
who's on this
even if
high
they're
moral
not
horse, but they're
Or
basically
even if some
making
of
the
their
same
stories
sort
are
of
not
content.
believable.
Like
All
he
it
was like,
takes now is
I've
one
been preaching with like the
believable story, and all of
anti-fresh
these
and
stories are
fit,
gonna be brought to light, and it's gonna give more doubt to
but
the
they were chasing the
more
same sort of clout,
believability
just
of
in a
all of the
different
other
way.
stories. So
And
if
at
we're in
least,
a track record,
at least fresh and fit
everyone
are
that
honest
comes out
about,
publicly and leverages
you know,
the fact that you're a celebrity
their
against you
degeneracy.
is you building a track
Whereas
record.
Abba,
Unbelievable story.
you know, like Myron Gaines is pretty upfront about his debauchery,
Domino's will pay you
but
$5 towards next week's order for beta testing their
you
new
know,
app. All you have
Abba
to do
was
is order pizza.
on this holier than thou thing. Anytime you got someone on that holier than thou shit, they got some shit with them. And plus, like I said, he just always came off as weird to me anyway. Like when I watch this stuff, maybe that's because he's an immigrant. Maybe that's because he's Canadian. But he always came off as like kind of weird to me
A
anyway.
glowing smile. Bring on whiter teeth that
Like
last 12 months.
I don't particularly like fresh and fit like that, but they like it look like what you see is what you get with them.
Is it finished? Sure, every button was fine.
Before it all comes crashing down, brother, they're coming for you. You gotta be careful. Is what I'm saying. Just be careful.
Mature. I thought he was responsible. I thought a lot of things. But after all of this,
You thought a lot of
believe
things
that
because you're
he's a
stupid.
predator. He's not safe.
And you
He's
thought
not
he
safe
was
for anyone.
and you thought he was a
anyone.
come up.
Okay, if you are involved with that man, I want you to know that you're not safe with him.
Once the ABBA allegations hit the timeline, ABBA enemies took to social media to have a celebration. So,
Of course, Myron Gaines.
wrote on Twitter, ha ha ha, this dude was yapping about the integrity for years, trying to clown Fresh for getting a girl pregnant, but well. I think this is the 4th or 5th girl. Now this guy has gotten pregnant.
He called him a sodomite.
Abort and retreat.
It's funny because Myron don't believe nobody about nothing until it's one of his ops getting a story. And then he right on it immediately. Yes, he's right. She actually is pregnant. He agree everything. Myron is hilarious, bro.
Or shut the F up forever. See, yeah, that's one of the things too. Like
Abort.
about this,
He
like,
said
this
abort
situation
and
with
retreat
Abba
better shut the
Moses.
fuck up forever.
Can Abba
He
go
called
back
him
to
abort and
criticizing
retreat.
people in the same manner
Instead of
in
Alvin
which
and
he
preach,
was?
he called him
Yes, he
abort
can,
and retreat.
Nobody really cares. man.
Yo,
He's gonna
Myron,
go back to
yo,
the same types of
he is,
criticisms
yo, he is on
because the
demon
internet
time.
Has a short-term memory, and most people are just listening to things as background noise.
What do you say?
So yeah,
Abba,
he's gonna go back to the same.
So
Abba
if we
equals
spread down
Mario
here,
minus
I
Myron
guess this
equals
is like
Wario.
Fresh Offense manager. He wrote, I checked her channel. She had protect black community. She, her on her bio and feminism. Yet can't take accountability not to F a ninja without a condom. Now, by
Damn.
the way, this dude is white.
He's a-
Okay, let's continue. Birth control is legal in Montreal, Canada. Fresh wrote, well, boys being boys. Abba got his 5th real pregnancy scare. Now, also too, I do want to point this out as well. That when Myron had Myron had a pregnancy scare about, I don't know, like 5 years ago. When Myron had the pregnancy scare, Abba and Fresh and Fit, they do videos on it when the Asian girl came out and said that Fresh had got her pregnant.
Walter
I think,
Weeks,
like Abba and Breach like broke that story among with other people like Duke and the Dime and others. So there's there's at least some form of hypocrisy going on here.
Yeah.
When it comes to ABBA and Fresh and Fit, okay? Now, one person says, can someone tell ABBA if he wants to come inside someone so bad, just do, that's crazy.
Yeah, well,
All
Twitter,
right.
crazy.
This is Twitter. What do you expect?
We have consensual
It's
intercourse.
Twitter.
Yeah, you aren't a victim of anything. So like you are seeing at least like some defense of ABBA, but I'll be real, like for the most part, it's been like 1,000% more hate than support going on here.
That's because he morally grandstands in his videos.
Exactly. That wasn't that what I just said.
You know, it's kind of showing that he's very similar to the people that he's criticizing when it comes to how he behaves towards women, specifically. People are going to give him criticism for that.
ABBA has not responded back yet. I'm sure ABBA will probably respond back and we'll cover it as well. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of this, man? Do you guys believe that ABBA...
I think it's just boys being boys. I think there are women that want to sleep with successful men for the sake of opportunity, and then when they don't get what they want, they start bringing up allegations, and they use the man's celebrity against him.
Yep.
I don't agree with what Abba's doing, but society obviously does. It's completely seen as okay, and there's supposed to be this sexual revolution, liberation. We can all do this, so this is the result of that.
A rich life isn't a
All right, brother. Well, I'm about to be out. Get ready for bed. I'm gonna eat a little something first. So I'm out. I should have started this earlier, but
you can count on us
I just wanted to see how this runs.
Because life is a winding path.
But
made rich by the people you walk it with.
Again, it's up to YouTube gods, and if they don't trip, then I'll do this little setup again like this. All right, but appreciate the moderation, even though it wasn't anyone to moderate, but appreciate it. We'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow if this was successful or not. You'll know if it was successful or not because I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. If I don't, then there was a hiccup. All right, but thanks. Peace.